Hi everyone. I got asked if I would do a video to show how I do the facial yoga. So I'll try and explain the best I can. No makeup on, apart from mascara. So you need to take your hair back. Grey roots coming through. Anyway, so to get rid of the wrinkles up here, you clasp your hands over and lift the skin up. So you're sort of doing this. Keep your facial muscles relaxed at all times so that you're not causing any repetitive lines. So you smooth it up from your eyebrows upwards up to your hairline so that you're trying to smooth out the wrinkles. Then to make these forehead muscles work, you use the palm of your hands, both palms that you place there, pull the skin down so it's taut, and then pull it to the side so that you're not, because if you do this, you're creating lines here. So you pull it down and across, and then you use your hands as like a weight, and then you raise your eyebrows like so. So it's moving these muscles here. If I do one without, you're doing that. But you can see here that because I haven't got my hand on it, it's creating lines. So you use your hand on it to keep the lines flat. Keep the palm of your hand pressed tight against your skin, not too much pressure, and then just so that it's using the muscles but not creating any lines. Right, so I do each one about 25 times, and then this one is for your eyes. So you put your two middle fingers, not your first, middle, around, very slightly, just around your eye sockets, and all you're doing here is holding your skin in place. And then you squint your eyes so that you're doing this. And by holding this, you're not doing that and creasing your skin up. So you do that and you'll feel the tightening around here. Then for the under eyes, you do the same, but you sort of move this part of your thumb to there so that you're doing that, and you're just placing it slightly so it's just holding it in place, and then you look up. I'll do it without. So you're doing that. So you're lifting this up, but your fingers are holding the skin in place so that it's not causing any more wrinkles anywhere else. So you do that 25 times. Then put your middle finger there on the inside of your eye, and then your first finger on the outer, and then you just slightly pull it. See what I was doing then? That. You've got to try not to do that, because all you're doing is creating the lines on your forehead. So you're doing that, slightly pull the skin to the side, and you'll feel these muscles here moving as you do it. So you're doing that, but with your fingers on. This one is for your cheeks, to tighten your cheeks up, to try and give you sort of more of a line, give you more cheekbones if you've got cheek muscles. So you have to do that so it stretches these lines out, and then put your finger here and hold the skin, because if you do it now, watch, see, it's doing that. Hold it like that, and what you're trying to do is smile without smiling, so that you're actually doing that without doing that. So you're doing, and if you look here, you can see my actual cheeks moving. So you lift and hold, and I do 25 of those. For your jowls, because I had a friend, I no longer have this friend, so she won't see this video. She's younger than me, but her jowls was really pronounced down here. And I thought, that's the last thing I want, but this is going to look really weird, and you're going to think, wow, can't do that. But hey ho, here we go. So you get your first two fingers, and you put them on the inside of your cheeks, and you pull your cheeks out. You sort of rest your fingers on your teeth, pull your cheeks out with your fingers while trying to pull them in, doing that with your muscles, so it actually pulls these muscles up here. So you're going and this is without. So you're pulling these, so it uses these muscles here. Do you know what? I've actually done this. Sat in a van in the passenger seat in Iceland while Kev was driving around Iceland, and there was me going like this. So then the lips, because I'm lucky, my lips are quite full. So what you do is lick your lips and then you just squeeze. So you're actually squeezing the blood into your lips. And then to get your Cupid's bow, this, you put your fingers on each of your Cupid's bow, and whilst you're pushing your lip up, you're pulling it down at the same time, like this. So you push up, and then you curl your lip under as well. So you put your fingers there, but then you curl it so it's like that. So it's pushing these lines away. And then you just nip the edges of your lips, like so, making sure you do your Cupid's bow and your little lines there. And it gives you a fuller lip. If you do, when you do your eyebrows, your forehead, right, so watch my eyebrows now. I'm just doing one side to show you the difference. So all I'm doing is putting the palm of my hand onto my brow bone and then pulling up. Needs oil on it. It lifts. It does lift up the skin. So for the neck, I used to have quite, you can see here I've got pigmentation, but I used to have quite a little turtleneck that used to hang down like this. So what I do is you get a fist like that, put your hand flat on top, put that underneath, but you have to put the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth like so, so that it puts this muscle into play, watch. Otherwise you'll choke yourself. So keep the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, at the back, and then do this. And push, a gentle push onto the muscle part that you've got into play, so you go. And I do that 20 times. And then I smooth my skin down, hold that down, and then you do put your neck back, open your mouth, and then close it slowly, so you're going. And as you're doing it, bring your bottom jaw over your top one to straighten and stretch this skin here. Like so. Not a pretty sight. There you go. And that's how I do my hair in the morning. But yeah, I do that every day. It works for me anyway. And then what I do is I use an oil. So I'll use jojoba oil mixed with frankincense, and put a tiny little bit on the palm of my hands, rub it all in, and then I do a facial massage. So when you put your when you put your cream on in the morning, I'll put this back on to show you. When you put your cream on in the morning, don't put it on and do this. Everybody does this, but watch. All you're doing is creating extra lines. So put the cream on your face and do this, upwards. Up, I put it onto the tips of my fingers and then I go across my eyebrows and then up. And as I'm doing it, I spread my fingers out like so, so that it's spreading the cream out, but it's also pushing the lines up at the same time. So you go up, and then I will get my fingers to the edge of my mouth and just do it sideways and do that. So you're using a sweeping motion, which is training your muscles to go up. And then to try and create this, which mine is, I didn't used to have a cheekbone, so it's developing, and I've also got a slight jawline as well, which I never used to have. But you put your, let me think about this. So you put your 2 fingers there, so it's your 2 fingers, first fingers and thumbs. So you put your 2 fingers there. No, you don't. You put your 2 fingers there, and you put your thumb at your nose. Now, you can't do this on a dry face because it just doesn't work as well. So you do need oil. So even just a little bit of olive oil, your extra virgin olive oil, whatever. And then you're going round there. So you're creating that line. So you do that. So you're doing that. So it's creating that. And then for your jawline, you just get your knuckles and do that. And you're following the line up, like so. So that it does define your jaw. You're literally just keeping your knuckle on your jawline right up to your earlobe. And then when you put the cream on your neck, put it on your fingers and then rub it onto this part of your fingers and do that. Rather than doing that. So you're literally smoothing your skin out. And I always finish by doing that. And there you go. It has to be done on a regular basis. I do it every morning, sometimes morning and night, but yeah, you do have to keep up with it. A friend started at the same time as me, and she gave up after about a week. Couldn't be bothered, didn't have time, but it takes me 10 minutes. What's it? I'm on 13 minutes now, and this is now me talking into it and showing you. But give it a go. For me, it worked. If you keep up to it, it's like anything. You go to a gym, you do exercises to build your stomach muscles up, or to build your chest muscles or your arm muscles. It might work, but as soon as you stop, they go. So you do need to keep up to it. Anyway, hope you find it useful.